in Iran, but war always strikes hardest when it involves friends. So I'm grateful to hear that he's fine. Look, we need to predicate any discussion about what's going on. We are in the early stages of a conflict. Truth is the first victim of any war, and both sides of this conflict will seek to spin data in a way that most beneficially represents and articulates and supports their goals and objectives. And so I always hesitate to say, we know this, we know that, we know this, because we don't know anything. We've heard, we've read, but true knowledge only comes from a more, you know, thorough assessment of confirmed fact. So I just want to say that because, I want people to know that anything that I put forward now is, speculation, informed speculation, but speculation nonetheless, based upon an incomplete set of data and a lot of reading into things. Um, Israel has claimed that Mossad has carried out a very when I say Israel has claimed, we have Israeli media sources reporting from what they claim to be, knowledgeable sources within the Israeli security establishment. Given the fact that Israel um, is a place where its media is not allowed to publish things related to the security of Israel without the approval of the Israeli government, um, and that Mossad is one of the more secretive. Intelligence agencies out there. If you have an Israeli source saying that they have spoken to somebody knowledgeable of a highly classified Mossad operation, um, this generally means that the Israeli government wants this information to be out there. Um, and you have to ask yourself, why would the Israeli government want knowledge of a highly classified operation that parallels the Operation Spiderweb, what the Ukrainians were able to do in Russia with setting in these drone motherships and using them to strike Russian strategic bomber bases. Israel has apparently been able to replicate this on a grander scale and have drones that are not only able to come in and and assassinate senior leadership. If you take a look at some of the buildings that were struck in Tehran, you'll notice that they have you know holes punched through the side of a of an apartment building. How did that hole come in there? It didn't come in from an aerial assault. It came in from a drone. So somewhere in the vicinity of Tehran is a drone mothership or drone capabilities that were activated and directed on targets that required real-time intelligence, meaning that these people who were killed were actively tracked to the location that they were at. And the Israelis had a high degree of confidence that they were, in a very specific room. This is the same level of intelligence that was used to kill Hania in Tehran. I tried warned her. I said, they can do that, guys. They can kill anybody. And apparently that's the truth. Israel now can kill anybody. So why would you want to give away this capability? Um, because you want to create terror. You want to create uncertainty. Within Iran, especially when it comes to the competency of those who've been arguing in favor of a hardline stance regarding Iran's nuclear capability and Iran's ability to harm Israel. Um, this drone capability also apparently has eviscerated Iran's air defense network, meaning that the ballistic missile defense shield that Iran has been constructing has been taken out by drones. The soft underbelly, I guess one would say. It also appears that Iran's immediate retaliation capacity in terms of deployed ballistic missile launch capability, the launchers that were out there. If you saw, Iran has disguised many of its launchers as trucks, is 35-foot trucks or longer, civilian trucks. But when the time comes, the truck will park, the canvas will be brought back, and you'll have a launcher that fires the missile. Apparently, a number of these were pre-positioned in the area to strike Israel, and these were taken out by drones. It also appears that many of these underground cities, you remember Professor Morandi spoke of them, the underground missile cities, they have been struck. To what level the damage has been done is I don't know, but the bottom line is that Israel has very good intelligence, and I believe that Israel has launched what it believes to be close to a knockout blow against Iran's immediate retaliation capability. Whether Iran will be able to reconstitute retaliation and strike is yet to be seen. But I believe Israel also made a decision to strike against Iran's most capable Fatah 2 hypersonic missiles to take them out, because those are the ones that could do the most damage to Israel. Um, but again, the level of planning here. The Israelis have been planning this strike together with the United States for some time now. The President of the United States grossly irresponsible social media post on Truth Social, where he brags about how we gave Israel weapons specifically tasked or designed, intended to be used to kill Iranian leadership and destroy Iran. Just proves that the United States have been part of this planning process. Intelligence that went into this is unreal. This isn't a Western game. Announced later remote to try and put together target list. The intelligence there is even third to the bottom. And there are the Hill, a very circle strike was thoroughly penetrated, which was a years long operation by Gabbard. I believe that Israel has penetrations and of this resurgent persistence across the entire spectrum of possibility and to limit.
I mean, it's certainly a very expansive strike on that. As long as it's finished, that makes you do this, and that's any of us surprises. Certainly, you predict that there was going to be a strike. What's so critical about this is, I don't know if people left Donald Trump said around 6 days to be acquiring 6 days. 6 days, Israel's conducting this strike. So, United States, you said, it's definitely coordinated. Israel keeps saying, United States keep saying, no, we weren't involved, and they'll say we do logistics. It's like a plan as perhaps a response to unwillingness to go along with U.S. terms around the nuclear negotiation. You can comment this and maybe also comment on the response because you said we can but you leave Iran, we keep up because Israel is still generating a lot of concern about this. The United States are concerned about this. This seems to be really what we hear over the last 4 years with a broad regional war, explosive war, that has such catastrophic consequences.
The broader passion that we're engaging with it's a ownership happens to be that to fashion the precision strategy the target that no, Israel has turned out not to do saying to is given we see about the data of probability for data you can get to get on that down the zooms but no weapon and there's and gun see that does a case is that is red so one not to run and we have the Iranian military saying is are responsible and that what has runs out a huge loss. The senior leaders were central to Iran's plan and the political fight that they played on. There was a political battle taking place about it's around Israel, and those people hardliners are all dead. I mean, this is a devastating strike. Now, their people have been replaced, but we have a second real conflict. There's successful individual because I mean, this is about we've gone I guess the benefit of the doubt in terms of its ability to deliver on its promised potential. But this strike by Israel appears designed to disrupt that and to, destroy that and deter potential. Iran's economic future on the table. Iran rotates. Israel take out Iran's oil production capabilities. Israel's by the red line. What do we do now? Well, I could tell you, senators, they negotiate well, of course not. Because our instruction, we will move toward the West. Their were designed to disrupt that, both in terms of leadership discussion and physical capacity to do this. How successful were the Israelis? We don't know. But, this Iran is in a very difficult situation right now. In the longer run pauses it takes for them to bring forward a retaliation, and the more Israel doubles down on its strike, there's because one to say we will retaliate. What happens if you're a leader? Striking Israel. Or again, the decisive confrontation with the West. And what happens when the United States weighs in, as I believe it will. I think the United States planned this attack and helped create conditions that enable this attack. I think the United States is waiting if Iran had American facilities in the region. We have the Iranian saying the American is Iran going to now? Do they have capacity? Now you imagine being Iran and so it's just a simple no, yeah, target source to replan. And if you're substitution, can you take out Israel and the United States? If you really want to bring the United States into this point, because you don't have enough missiles anymore to do both. The United States is sitting there with knockout blow. We know General Kurilla has already briefed the President of the United States on military strike options. The United States has positioned itself with evacuated personnel. We are ready to launch a military strike against Iran that includes military strike capability. I'm just here to tell you, Danny, this is a fear of Israel. There's not or it's going to be it's going to I was on your program, and I said, you're fooling around, you're going to find out. Oh, no, we're allowed to do it. Not allowed to have any of the things you said you wanted to have. Not by law. I'll state it straight fast. Iran fooled around, it found out Israel pulled the trigger on a regime change operation. And this doesn't end until the regime is gone. And the only way the regime can survive is to put Israel at its not only I'm here to Iran will have a weapon. Iran will have a weapon. For this is Israel. Here's the regime will collapse. The Republic will lost all. The leader, the theocracy will be seen as incapable of, and it will collapse. There are many forces, we've talked before, there are many forces wings to come in. This was the case of Assad. Many forces waiting till the condition for the collapse of Assad in place. If you don't think the Israelis and the United States carried out significant preparation of Iranian society, stressing ethnic differences, putting monarchists and others, you think that's what happens in some proportion for Iran. And the successful and misses on anymore. He was brilliant and condemn it wholeheartedly. I didn't want this to happen. This is why I got so angry. People like Sonny Fang and all the other idiots out there who were saying, this is what will happen. This is happens when you think you can stand up and say, oh, we're allowed to, guys, this is the real world. What's happening? Iran fooled around and they're finding out. I'm very sorry for this. I didn't want this to happen. This is why I said he has no choice but to negotiate with for a new program. There's the United States does not be
Yeah, guys, you do Israel media saying these negotiations are
people understand, and we know that the Israeli probably can't survive as long as there's an Islamic Republic. We know that. I guess we were led to believe that the United States government was seeking peace to disentangle itself from the Middle East. Well, my God, and Danny, we are now knee deep in this. If you think there's going to be military resources suddenly free to go off against this insanity, what I don't know is what would have happened. I mean, the start vicinity. I don't understand we're all proud. But the Iranians came in acting as if they have this is a fair question.
You're walking daily, you're seeing results. It's really pretty simple. Start walking in and out for your current weight and body type. Turns out I was only walking half of what I should have been. I'll link the quiz below that I used to determine exactly how much I needed to see the result for. The quiz takes 2 minutes, typically just lifestyle questions. At a company called Fit. At the end, it told me exactly how many steps I need to take daily. You wouldn't believe how big this big change in a few months or 2. Step below, take a quiz for yourself, see how much you did. We will be.
First of all, Donald Trump has destroyed American credibility. Let her go. Who? There are difficult negotiations to be had out there. For instance, if you're Russians, and I've been advocating that the Russians, sit in the United States and talk about arms control and all this. Why would Russians do that? It may negotiate. God, how could we negotiate as incapable of doing this? If the only thing the United States knows is complicity to set up military action, then it's assume up front there's going to be military, there's going to be military confrontation. Would Iran have been better? I will tell you this: Iran would have been better like a preemptive strike against Israel. I mean, and I think President Rania, why wait for Israel to do this? Why give Israel a chance to do this? Why not just destroy Israel? We did this. Brexit. I talked to Judge Napolitano. I said, if Macgregor was in the defense of America, then the Iranian prosecutor came up and put the president's statement. Where's that defense going? Out the wall, out the window. It's gone. So this condemns America. I mean, and this is for me as an American who has been saying that America could be a force for good, that America has the potential to, seen as a little outcomes, even if she can only achieve non-violent outcomes. That's how I know. The United States of America is only one thing: violence.
Get rid.
I mean, it's now a question of sustain versus escalation. So once they appear in a rough period to be able to deflect. I mean, if there was a decisive strike, especially et cetera. Retaliation, at least looked at this is going to continue to be deducted, and then comes the section defense. Whereas having faith with you, and drawing that. Thinking was wrong.